Hey guys, I'm here. And today we are exploring Templar Skull. Let's get into it. The story. In the year 1188, while constructing a church in the French city of Orléans, construction workers stumbled upon a small chamber beneath the foundation. Inside, they found the jawbone of a human skeleton along with a number of other bones. Excited by their find, they called upon two local priests to examine the remains. Upon discovering a silver box buried alongside the bones, the priests were shocked to find a mysterious inscription engraved into its surface. The text read, "Beware of those who seek to disturb the body of the Holy Sepulchre, for he who does so will never find peace." However, as they opened the box and lifted the bones out, another inscription was revealed, this one much more terrifying. "Cursed be he who touches my bones. May the fiend take him." The jawbone was later taken to a local museum, where it remained for many years, until it eventually made its way to the private collection of a wealthy businessman. It would later be named the Templar Skull, due to its possible connection to the Knights Templar, a holy order founded in the year 1118 to protect pilgrims on their way to the Holy Land. But that's not all. According to legend, the Knights Templar also performed strange and sinister rituals at their headquarters in the French town of Villers-d'Ostois. In fact, there is said to be a hidden chamber beneath the building which no one has ever been able to find. Some believe that this underground room was used for satanic ceremonies. And if that's true, then perhaps the Templar skull had something to do with them. Unfortunately, we may never know because the skull seems to be missing from the collection and nobody knows where it went. But what really makes the story strange is that there are some researchers who claim the skull was discovered inside of a wooden box containing other bones, including a thigh bone, a shin bone, and fragments of a shoulder blade. What's more, the engravings on the box don't look like they were made by a single person. Instead, they seem to have been created by at least 3 different hands. Plus, the characters depicted in the engravings aren't just random or meaningless. They actually spell out a word that can be translated as ascend. One researcher even claimed that he saw 4 human-like figures engraved on the box, but these appear to be some kind of hybrid between humans and bats, which he believes could have something to do with vampirism. He even pointed out what looks like a pentagram in the corner of the lid. It's obvious that whoever put this together was unafraid to flaunt their knowledge of forbidden magic, and that's why we need to explore a few terrifying theories about this demonic artifact and what it really means for anyone who dares to seek it out. Theory 1. The Curse. Before we dive into the world of the occult, let's first talk about curses. You see, curses are a very common trope in horror fiction, especially when it comes to cursed objects. Sometimes they come in the form of an actual spoken curse uttered by a witch or a vengeful spirit, while other times they're simply a matter of bad luck or perhaps divine retribution. However, when it comes to the Templar skull, things are a little different because according to legend, anyone who touches the skull is taken by demons and never seen again. Sure, it's not exactly original, but that doesn't make it any less creepy. After all, who wants to mess with a cursed artifact that can summon demons? But how exactly did this curse come to be? Well, according to some, it has everything to do with the very origins of the artifact itself. You see, some believe that the Templar skull once belonged to a member of the Knights Templar, a holy order founded in the year 1118 by Bernard of Clairvaux, a French monk who requested military assistance from Pope Honorius II in order to protect pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. But as the Knights Templar grew in power, they became increasingly corrupt and violent, eventually falling under the control of the French monarchy and being used as a tool of war. This led to a papal bull issued by Clement V in 1308, which officially disbanded the order and confiscated all of their property, including any artifacts that might have been considered cursed. So, if the skull really did belong to a Knight Templar, then it's possible that it was cursed as a form of punishment for their crimes against humanity. Of course, this is just one possibility. There are other theories as well, Some say that the Templars came across the skull while fighting in the Crusades and that it was cursed by a vengeful Arab sorcerer. Others believe that the skull was cursed naturally and that the Templars simply didn't realize it. Whatever the case may be, there's no denying that if this curse is real, then it's likely that anyone who messes with the skull risks angering whatever entity is responsible. That's why it's important to remember that whenever dealing with cursed artifacts, it's always best to leave them alone. After all, you never know what kind of trouble you might be inviting into your life. Theory 2. The Portal. While there is certainly evidence to support the cursed relic theory, there's another equally fascinating possibility. What if instead of being a cursed artifact, the Templar skull is actually a key to another dimension, a gateway between our world and a realm of pure evil? Now, you might be thinking that this sounds like a far-fetched idea, but stick with me here because there are actually some interesting connections between the Knights Templar and the occult. For starters, there have been rumors of a secret chamber beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, a place where the Knights Templar supposedly performed satanic rituals. Of course, there's no concrete evidence that any such chamber exists, let alone that the Templars used it for evil purposes. But the idea is certainly intriguing, and it's not the only piece of evidence we have to go on. There are also the famous Oak Island Money Pit, a mysterious shaft that's been hiding treasure and secrets beneath the Canadian soil for centuries. And the Voynich manuscript, a medieval book filled with bizarre illustrations and indecipherable text that some believe might be a key to unlocking hidden knowledge from another dimension. While none of these artifacts can be definitively linked to the Knights Templar, they do offer tantalizing glimpses into a world of mystery and magic that existed alongside our own. And if we're willing to open our minds to the possibility, then maybe, just maybe, the Templar skull holds the key to it all. Imagine, if you will, a world where the laws of physics are different, where creatures of myth and legend roam free, and where the veil between our world and the next is paper thin. If the Templar skull really is a portal to another dimension, then it stands to reason that the Knights Templar may have known this and used the skull to travel back and forth between worlds. Perhaps they were searching for lost relics of power, or trying to commune with otherworldly beings. Or maybe they were simply curious about what lay beyond the veil. Whatever their motivation, it's clear that the Templar skull could hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe, if only we could find it. That's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and most importantly, share your thoughts below. Let us know what you think is the real explanation for the Templar skull. We might feature your comment in a future video. Until then, take care and stay curious. Now check out these other videos from our channel, and remember, the best theory will be featured in a special follow-up video.